Oh gosh. Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone's doing okay and everyone is doing well. Guys, I don't even have any energy to give an introduction right now because even before 9 o'clock, Mimi was on my mind. Even before 9 o'clock, Mimi was on my mind, like, too much to discuss. So, as I usually and always say, number one, if you haven't yet subscribed, be sure to subscribe and definitely join the family. Number two, please be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also my Twitter at @S11. Number three, please get cozy and comfy with a lovely drink. Number four, guys, some bad news, not bad news per se, but I'm actually traveling. The second this video goes live, I'll literally have to be hurrying up and making my way to the airport. So there's going to be no review tomorrow and also no review on Sunday. I know, our lives, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to be back in London, or in the UK anyway, Monday morning. So what I'm going to do is Monday afternoon I will record a review for Friday and Sunday that I miss, and then Monday night we're going to go on live to make up for the Sunday live that we couldn't do, if that makes sense. But yeah, please forgive me, don't shoot me please, okay? But I'm going to Italy and I'm really excited. But yeah, let's get into today's review, guys. There's a lot to discuss, there's a lot to discuss. So let's start off with the girls in Casa Amor just before the recoupling. Jess was saying that she's finally happy. Diamante was saying that there's definitely some sexual chemistry there. Guys, I need to get through this quickly because there's too much to discuss. Jess said that there's definitely something there. Mimi said that she's nervous but excited to see Ayo as she's been a good girl. And Kieran said that he can only trust, he can't trust someone who doesn't trust him. Something along those lines. Boom, recoupling. I said, whoa, 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 whoa. The producers are giving us a recoupling within the first 5 minutes of an episode? They ate with that one, guys. They definitely ate. So, of course, you know that Maya Drama ends up walking in looking fire as per. And no, guys, she was actually looking fire. She always looks fire anyway. Shout out to her stylist, but sis was definitely eating. So, let's start off with the recouples. Let's start off with Connor. We already knew that Connor was going to recouple with Emma. No surprise there. Guys, am I bad for thinking that I don't know if Emma is completely into Connor? I don't think I'm bad. I'm not sure. But she was very smart because she went for the guy who pretty much had to pick her because he didn't have any other options. And if he didn't pick anyone, it wouldn't have made any sense. So Emma, I do have to rate her for making sure that she secured her spot in the villa by being with Connor. Now, let's move on to Grace. So Grace came back with Blade. Gasp. Okay? Gasp. Some of you, I didn't really say this in yesterday's review though, but some of you were saying in the comments yesterday that you actually thought Grace was going to recouple up with the twist. Okay, but she didn't recouple up with him. We found out upon entry that she actually knows Emma as well. Jerry really didn't have any expression to his face, to be honest, but do you know what, someone tweeted this as well, so I definitely know that I'm not the only one who thought this, but I feel like Grace coupled up with Blade because Blade gives more if you get what I mean. I feel like yesterday when she made it clear that the kiss with Messiah was better, it gave the impression and also the understanding that she was going to recouple up with him. But I think she chose Blade as well because of his physique, if I'm going to be honest. Now let's move on to Sean. Guys, what did I tell you yesterday? People were telling me, and this is what I tell you people, my singer is unterrible unless I tear it myself. Okay? My singer is actually unterrible. I was telling people, like, at the end of the day, Sean just wants a bit, and I don't want this to come across as being rude or being disrespectful, but he just wanted a bit, like, you know him, he wants something a bit spicy. He saw another black girl, he just wants something a bit spicy, a bit of fusion, a bit of this, a bit of that. I already said when Sean randomly started entertaining Diamante that he wasn't going to recouple up with her, not because Diamante isn't worthy of being in the villa, but because of the type of person that Sean is. Guys, this is the same person that sent a whole guy home for this babe. I already told you, he's minus 1,000 points in my mind already. I've already been letting you guys know this. Since he sent Omar home for that reason, Sean can never receive ratings on this channel again, okay? But I 100% knew that he wasn't going to recouple up with Diamante. Lo and behold, he decides to recouple up with Matilda. Now, when Matilda now came in, you know, he started saying at the end of the day, oh yeah, like, you know, Casa gave me a lot of clarity and everything. And even Diamante was standing with the other girls and just like, oh my gosh, I just wasted my effing time. No, for real, she actually did, because she actually settled for Sean thinking he was going to pick her, and he didn't even pick her. Now, Matilda now comes back single, and, you know, my drama's asking the questions like, okay, like, who did you explore a connection with, and da-da-da-da-da. And I went like, my drama was definitely doing her job and being messy. Okay, she was definitely being messy, but we love it. Anyway, he then made it clear that he did explore other connections in the villa. And then Diamante said, you know, that's a bit weird to tell someone that they're a priority. And then Matilda, and you guys already know, I've been side-eyeing Matilda ever since the whole Harriet situation, regardless anyway. But Matilda's like, okay, but I'm the one that sat, babe. I don't want you people to get it twisted, because sitting next to Sean was never the prize. Okay, sitting next to Sean was never the prize. Let's all keep it 101. Sitting next to Sean was never ever the prize. So for me, even in that situation, Matilda for me was definitely given mean girl, because at the end of the day, you're making it seem like Diamante is the problem when the problem is actually sitting right next to you. Anyway, I don't really have much else to discuss other than the fact that Ruby also jumped in. I said, yeah, it's giving Ruby now jumped in, and Ruby was just like, yeah, like obviously, like, you know, I'm happy for you, babe. Like obviously he's made the right decision. Matilda's like, what do you mean by that? She's like, I'm happy that he's picked you. I love that for you. I said, God, I'll be honest with you, I'm glad that Diamante gave it to him fresh. I'm so sorry, because Sean was saying the absolute most, like, oh my God, you're a priority, you're this, you're that, and all of a sudden, oh yeah, I feel like Casa Amor's giving me clarity, and I'm choosing that I'm not going to recouple. And then Matilda now wants to come with her bad vibes energy and be, guys, they're going home soon. There's many couples that recouple today that are going home soon, and they should start packing their bags, because the next stop is Heathrow. The next stop is Heathrow. Sean, as our good sis Nicole says, in the what? In the bin. Thank you very much. Because what was that? Matilda as well? Thank you very much. Now, let's move on to Kieran. Of course, you know that Kieran wasn't going to recouple, and he did make it clear that him and Ellie, who was also one of the Casa Amor girls, were just really good friends. Like, it wasn't anything crazy. They were friends when they were also in the villa, and she also wasn't part of the 120 girls. Obviously, we know that Nicole wasn't recoupling. Guys, when Nicole walked in, did she even try with her makeup today? Oh, no, literally, like, when she walked in, at first I thought maybe it's just the light, and then she got closer. I said, this girl, did she even use a brush? Did she do her makeup in the dark? Guys, that makeup was too much. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I know we all had different techniques, and that's fine. Nicole's makeup today, I don't know what that was, but she needs to never do that look again. The contour was harsh. She baked. It's almost like she didn't blend it out. The blush was too much. It was too much. And she needs to not do that again. Now, of course, this now showed Maya. It now showed the scene when Maya was crying, my drama. And you guys know, in the tabloids prior to today's episode airing, they were like, oh my gosh, shock and recoupling, Maya drama in tears. I'm thinking it's over. Mimi's over. Guys. The small tale like this was over Kieran and Nicole. I said, yeah, let's move along. Okay, let's actually move along. Now let's move on to Trey. Now Trey said that he's really enjoyed getting to know all the girls, but he was going to recouple up with Ellie. I'm not surprised there. Him and Jess had nothing strong enough for him to want to stay with Jess. Okay, now Jess now came back and she recoupled up with Hugo once again. No surprise there. You guys already know, Jess gives me such interesting vibes. I keep telling you this. I don't know what it is about that babe. There's something off. Okay, there's something off about that babe. Even when I think Maya Jama was asking them questions, and she was just like, well, it ended well for both of us, did it? I just thought, oh my gosh, like, girl, please, you and those brown lips. Sorry, but just for me, no, okay, I can't with that babe, and I don't think I ever am going to. Now, of course, the next person to recouple up was Will, and Maya outed him out, pretty much saying, obviously, like, yeah, you had like a few kisses, like, you know, in the hideaway, you know, on the terrace. And the other girls that came, obviously, from Casa, the original girls that were there, were always like, wait, what? Like, shocking, because obviously they already know that Uma has stayed loyal to this guy. So obviously he now decided that he was going to stick with Uma. Guys, I was very shocked, because he's had a microphone for the past how many days Casa was with everyone. Yeah, Lucy's my type, petite blondes, that's my type. Uma's not really my type, petite blondes. Opportunity has now come for you to pick petite blonde, and you're going back to Uma. So what were you doing? You were just trying to have fun at the expense of someone else's feelings. Ugh, guys, men are actually just so embarrassing. So obviously now Lucy looked pissed. I'm not surprised. Uma walked in looking, can I just say, Uma, Jessie, Mimi, which I'm going to get into, chef's kiss. Well, those are only three that I thought, yeah, they looked good. I won't lie, they looked good. Heavy on the Jessie, y'all. I'm talking about Jessie and Jory, not Jess with Oga Hugo. Jessie and Uma and Mimi, chef's kiss. Uma in that blue, oh, sis looked amazing. And her tan, loved. So obviously now, he was now speaking about how he explored with Lucy. As you know, Lucy's like his usual type or whatever. And then Diamante laughed, and then Jess was like, it's not really funny. gosh, that girl was so annoying. And I won't lie, I would laugh too, because for the past couple of days, this guy's been moving like he's definitely going to recouple, and now all of a sudden he's acting like he's Mr. Loyal, Mr. Macho. So obviously Jess now butted in, and then Diamante was like, I don't think you should be talking, babe. Guys, I wish Diamante was in that villa. I know for that girl was Casa royalty, hands down, squared, 2 + 2, 4 + 4, everything. Like, Diamante would have ate as an OG character in the villa. Okay, she would have ate that position. But I love the fact that she gave it back to Jess, because my thing is, you girls are sitting there and you think you're better than the Casa girls because, oh yeah, but we're the ones that sat. Have you seen who you're sat next to? I'm so glad that Diamante gave it to her, because Jess, honestly, you are not the one to talk, all right? You're not the one. Now, of course, you know that Joey ended up not recoupling. Like I said, yeah, I said he wasn't going to recouple, to be honest, anyway. Jessie also came back, she didn't recouple. She was very shocked. She was just like, I'm in disbelief. Like, honestly, I'll be in disbelief too. You're the third babe that's in this villa that he's set his eyes on. I would have been surprised too if he didn't recouple, but they ended up recoupling. I wish we got to see more of Jessie's personality. I don't really know how she is as a person, so yeah, it'll be very interesting. But I guess kudos to them. Do I see them winning? No, but kudos to them. Now, of course, Ayo. Oh gosh, guys, everything that I have said has happened. You guys were telling me, oh God, have faith in Ayo. Some of you, not all. Some of you're in my brain, so you know how I function. Have faith in Ayo, Sarah. You're always picking on the black guy. You guys also need to stop with that as well, because I really be picking on all of them regardless of race. But Ayo, cool. It was now Ayo's time to come and talk, and he said, obviously I'm not feeling good, and then Maya was like, you know what's going on, and he was just like, yeah, at the end of the day, obviously me and Mimi, we had what we had was good, and we left it at that. Like, what we had was good. Cool. So obviously now, he said that he's happy with how things were left, but one thing that irritated me, so when he was talking in his speech, he was like, oh, but knowing, obviously, like, I don't know what she was doing there, I just had to do what was good for me, but obviously knowing her, like, yeah, like, she probably did what? Recouple? Then you don't know her at all. Ayo, you do not know this guy at all, and you've been wasting our time for the past 4 to 5 weeks, however long we've been doing these reviews for. I think it's 4 weeks or 5, one of the two. You've been wasting our time. You don't know this babe at all. You don't know this babe at all. Ayo now ended up deciding that he wanted to recouple. Like I said, I wasn't surprised. You guys actually thought, some of you thought Ayo was going to stay loyal to Mimi. There was no way. Have you seen the way that guy moves? Every day on my time. Like, you guys need to remember, he said to Jess, if I had known you from day one, I would have made you my girlfriend. The second he said that line, I said, throw him in the bin instantly. Rip his singlet, sell it on eBay for 10p instantly. How are you going to tell the babe, oh, if I met you, if I met you on day one, I would have made you my girlfriend? And you guys think that's the person I think is going to stay loyal to Mimi? Come on, let's be for real now. So obviously now, he now decided to couple up with Jess, no surprise. And Jess, when she sat down, she was just like, you were very babe, you were very, and he was like, thank you. I just thought, I'm not a violent person, but I just want to flick his lips. Just a quick flick. Obviously, Mimi now walked in. Guys, first and foremost, Mimi walked in looking what? G for good. Mimi walked in looking like, even as I said, yes, sway that hip. Lace, can I say something about Mimi? Mimi has never had a bad hair day for the past 4 to 5 weeks in that heat. The face beat. Nicole should have sat next to her when she was doing her makeup. Okay? The face beat, the hair laid, the body snatched, the white clear. Did you see her outfit? Not one stain. Not one stain. Washed with the whitest of bleaches. She now came in looking good. Even Maya Jama complimented her, and she was like, thank you, you too, babe. I said, I know that's right. So obviously she walked in and she ended up seeing Ayo, and she said at the end of the day, she's got nothing to say, it is what it is, and that she stayed loyal, but once again, it is what it is. And then Maya asked, what's it called, Ayo, like, Ayo, anything? She just said, no, not right now. No, never. Not never. We don't it's not a not right now, almost like we're gonna have another conversation. I don't know why Ayo was looking so down. You've been doing what you've been doing in Casa Amor, and this was your chance to make your decision, and you made your decision. If you're gonna make your decision, at least stand on business with it, but you can't make your decision because you're ashamed. Why are you ashamed? Because you are absolute nonsense. You're absolute nonsense. Because like I said to you guys, this is Casa Amor, cool, everyone's gonna want to explore, and that's fine. No one is shooting anyone in the foot for recoupling, but the disrespect that came with Ayo's one, I'm sorry. The disrespect that came with Ayo's one was worse than all of those guys. Sean, I don't even want to talk about that one anymore. But the disrespect that Ayo's, okay, sure. But the thing is, this is what I mean. Like, the reason why Ayo's one hits so much harder is because he's the only, like, Mimi was the only girl there. Out of all the OG girls, even if those girls walked back to very nonsense situations with their guys, Matilda, Uma, because of the guys' fault, right? Because and their situations and the things that they decided to do, Mimi was still the only one there. And as fine and peng as that babe is, she doesn't deserve it. I'm sorry, she actually does not deserve it. She doesn't deserve it at all. So of course, the other islanders who weren't chosen were now told, obviously, like, you know, guys, seeing as you weren't picked to be in a couple, you know, start saying your goodbyes. Instantly, Jess now started crying. Why am I laughing? I don't know why she was crying, guys. Okay, I'm sorry. Some people out on Twitter, you guys are so mean. Not like that. At the end of the day, you knew what you needed to do to grab for the guy to keep you in the villa. This was always going to be the repercussions of the actions. So I didn't really understand the tears. I'll be honest with you. If you understood it, let me know down below. It's fine. I didn't really understand it from that standpoint. Yeah, from that standpoint, I just felt I'm sorry. Like, this was always going to be Ayo's decision, considering the way you guys are moving and acting in Casa. So now that it's actually manifested, but that's just me, guys. I'm not a heartless person. You guys know this. So of course, or do you? I'm joking, you do. So moving on to Mimi and Uma, now having a conversation. I actually love them together. Uma made me laugh. Uma was just like, why is she crying for? Like, obviously, this is what you wanted. This is what you wanted. And then Mimi just pretty much said, you know what, like, I just can't. And Uma was just like, yeah, like, you know, you're way too good for this at the end of the day. And then, yeah, Mimi was like, yeah, like, you failed that test and that's it. Like, I'm not involved in that. I'm done with it. It is what it is. I'm very glad that Mimi composed herself and she handled that situation with grace, if I'm going to be very honest with you. We already know that Mimi is a reserved babe, so people were like, oh, she should have given it back. She's a reserved babe. She said what she needs, she said, and she closed that chapter. But I'm glad that she pretty much just like, yeah, like, it is what it is now. Because if you can do that after 2 days, or 2 or 3 days, whatever, but you've known me for almost, what, 4 weeks, and you're now saying, oh, look, there's no need for me to entertain this any further. I should not allow my emotions to get the best of me in this situation, because you're not worth it. You're actually not worth it. And I'm really glad that Mimi and Uma also have each other there as well. If Mimi didn't have a friend there, I think she probably would have found the situation much harder. But I'm glad that Uma was also there for her and continues to be there as well, which we'll get into later as well. Now, moving on to Kieran and Nicole, not much to discuss there. Nicole was just speaking about how she was on the daybed and how Mimi was on the daybed with her too, and Uma, and Kieran was like, yeah, me too, I told you. And Nicole was like, oh my gosh, Kieran! Oh gosh, the makeup was really bad today, honestly, guys. But Kieran was just like, I told you, like, I love you, I did to that, I always told you it was always going to be you. So I hope you guys know Nicole and Kieran are making it to the finals. I hope you know that. I actually hope you know that. Just know that you know that, because I'm telling you it's gonna happen. All right, now next, moving on to Will and Uma speaking. He pretty much said that there's more that happened, and you know, he knows that she's really shocked by hearing that, you know, he explored a connection with another girl, etc, etc. I also love the fact that Uma was standing on business when she was like, at the end of the day, like, that's embarrassing. And that she had options to be, like, she even mentioned the fact that Blade was like, oh, he doesn't feel like Will was going to be loyal. I think in that instance, Will was like, wait, what did he say? He's not going to square up to Blade, so I don't know what he's doing over there. But obviously, she was like, at the end of the day, like, you're downplaying everything that happened. And Uma was like, okay, so what else happened? Like, where did you kiss? And he was like, you know, just like the hideaway. And she was like, the hideaway, and just like the terrace. Okay. So I do think they are going to have another conversation about it. I don't think that conversation has ended there, but it's just crazy how some of these guys move. Like, the way Will was banging on about petite blonde, only to not pick a petite blonde. Jail. Now let's move on to Ayo now coming to speak to Mimi. Guys, the shoes. The shoes. Like, it was definitely given church shoes, but you know what? Praise the Lord at all times. Okay. So of course, he now came to sit down, and he was like, you know, the decision was purely based on how things have been. And she was just like, okay, well, at the end of the day, in Casa, like, I was loyal to you, and look at me, like, I was the only one that didn't recouple. I was the only one just standing there, like, do you not know how embarrassing that was for me? Now, what irritated me is, you guys already know, I already speaks in syllables, okay, and short sentences, right? But he was even just like, what, so you're just gonna push man to the side? Should she get on one knee and propose to you right now, Ayo? Why would she not push you to the side? You've made your choice. You've made your choice. She's listened to your answer, and you're saying, oh, what? So what? You're just gonna push man to the side, yeah? When I tell you people, I want to just flick his lip just once, just to better my sound, yeah? Just to stop speaking. What do you mean? Oh, you're just gonna push him into the joint? Oh my gosh, guys! I just said, this guy. Start packing your Ghana must go bags, because allegedly that's what you brought to the villa. Start packing them one by one, because the next stop is Heathrow. Because how could you not even that? The only reason you're still in that villa is because people have been voting for Mimi, and because you were in a couple, you received votes by default. But that didn't cross your mind at all. No. But oh, you're gonna push man to the side like a side piece. Come on, close that up, man. Okay. Once again, Mimi did say that she's done and she wants someone who's sure about her, and I'm so glad that she spoke up and she stood on business, because I just can't even. Okay, I can't even. Jess now comes over to speak to Ayo and joins him, and he was like, you know, I'm happy that, you know, I'm happy that I'm with you, I'm happy about our connection, but obviously I'm just upset Mimi didn't recouple and everything like. But obviously like it's just and he just started swearing bare, effing and blinding and all shit. And Jess was just like, I just think like obviously he's going to be okay, like, I just feel so bad. And he was like, no, don't feel bad, like, obviously don't feel bad, it's all right, like, obviously I'm happy that I'm here with you. Next stop is Heathrow, guys. Honestly, next stop is Heathrow, because people genuinely kept Ayo in that villa because he was with Mimi, and now that he's not with Mimi. And do you guys think Mimi's gonna get back with him? Someone told me that they think Mimi's gonna get back with him, but I actually don't think so. I don't know, I don't think so. Anyway, next scene, guys. Mimi now went outside and she was alone. Guys, she was on the floor kneeling outside the villa, and Uma was like, Mimi, where are you? She was just like, I'm here, I'm outside. Thank God Uma is there just to lift her spirits a bit, okay? Because none of the other girls are chatting to her like that. Not like that as in like they're not friends, but Uma definitely has her back and clearly cares for her well-being. So obviously Uma was like, look at you, like you're a fine babe, like a girl like you, don't let this guy stress you, don't do, like, at the end of the day you shouldn't want someone like that, and she was just like, yeah, like obviously like it's true. Now next scene was nighttime. Not much to discuss other than the fact that, you know, everyone was cuddling and, you know, kissing and everything in bed, and Mimi was upstairs all alone. Mimi is too peng for all of this, guys. Like, I cannot actually believe this. I can't because I know how Ayo is, but Mimi honestly didn't deserve this. And I know she was being loyal, but she was being loyal to someone who just opens his nash for every girl. That's the reality. He opens his nash for every babe. Like the way Ayo was moving in Casa Amor, guys, no. Like I said, do what you want. It's a game show, explore your options, but he didn't need to be disrespectful with it. All the digs with Mimi, and then all of a sudden on the recoupling, oh yeah, obviously like we were in a happy place and that's where we left it off. That's not how you made it seem in Casa Amor. In Casa, you made it seem like it was nothing. Like this girl has just been a placeholder for 4 weeks and you're my type, I want to make you my girl. Like, okay, so I do believe that there is going to be a dumping, possibly tomorrow, but possibly on Sunday. Some people are going home. I hope someone comes in for Mimi, because now that she's single, you guys know that she's vulnerable. But I won't lie, guys, that recoupling definitely ate. The producers done their big one with that. I think the suspense around the recoupling itself, and even just how it was rolled out, yeah, they definitely done the big one with that. So overall, guys, I won't lie, it was a good episode. Gutted for our good sis Mimi, of course, but it was a very, very, very strong episode. But let me know down below, guys, are you happy, are you sad? What are your emotions? What are your thoughts? You know, what's the mood? Let me know down below in the comments. As you guys know, like I said, literally as I edit and upload this video, I need to have another shower and I need to make my way to the airport. So there will be no review tomorrow and no review on Sunday. But Monday, I promise, we're gonna have a review of Friday and Sunday, and then Monday night we're gonna go on live. So forget the Sunday lives with the vibes, it's gonna be Monday lives with the vibes, especially because I'm still on annual leave, so we can talk for as long as we want. Yay! But yeah, guys, I'm gonna love you and leave you. As always, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed already, and also be sure to follow me on my Instagram and also on my Twitter at SarahDestinyX. But other than that, I'm gonna thank you guys so much for watching, for your love and for your constant support. I miss you already. It's like I'm on the flight already. Okay, but I will see you on Monday, and yeah, make sure you have more than enough opinions on Monday, because we're gonna have a long chin wag. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for watching. Please do take care, stay blessed, and I shall see you next week. Bye.